5 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, that error costing me a good amount of time. Just attention to detail, picking up on those small things, like making sure that I have a profile that I can cut all the way through. Big thing here was just that initial first sketch. I could have just, instead of having that be coincident there, I could drag that all the way down to here. Now that gives me all the profiles that I need to extrude, to cut, etc., etc. So let me just delete this, backtrack. That would have just saved me a whole entire sketch just by having that one line drop down a little bit further. So this is kind of a single sketch approach, so single sketch and then select regions after the fact. I'm 50-50 on this approach. Sometimes I like it because it means that I can just have all my dimensions. I don't have to recreate, convert entities a bunch of times. Everything's all in one sketch, already dimensioned to each other, especially when things are dimensioned kind of weird. That said, it does end up in situations like this. Also, if you notice that second boss extrude, I clicked on the region, I tried to punch in my distance to extrude. It wasn't already pre-selected, so if I'm selecting regions, it's in that selection mode rather than me being able to punch in a number right away. So if you're going this approach, the big thing to take away is that you want to be punching in your extrude distance first, then selecting your regions, and then finishing that up. Otherwise, this ended up being a fairly straightforward model. I was able to do some full face fillets here. The big tip there, let me just delete this one and re-step through it so we can do it together. I will go ahead and do, again, a fillet, and we're in our full face fillet mode. Pre-selected the first one, so we select our first face that we want to do, then right by our cursor we see a little mouse button with a right click, so that enter means that we're going to go to our next field, which is this one here. This is our center face that's going to get removed by the fillet. So if I click that, again, I can just press right click again and click the last face. It gives me that preview. So again, this purple face is the one that's going to get deleted, or the fillet is going to be tangent to where that face was. And then these side faces are the other ones that we need to select. And again, once I select this last face, click, right mouse button gives me a green check mark, and I'm done with that. So it's a pretty quick way to get these kinds of circular features rather than having to just extrude it with that profile already built in. So otherwise, it is a fairly simple part. As soon as you get your bearings, realize how things are dimensioned, and again, just keeping track of that one main sketch. I think for this second time through, I'm going to try and have each of these individual features have their own sketch. So probably start with this one, then make this central piece, then make the clamp, and finish up with my cut extrudes all the way through. See if that's any faster, or noticeably faster, or in general how I feel about it, because that's mostly what I'm going off of. I already know these dimensions. I'm just trying to figure out what feels better, what feels faster, what I'm more comfortable with, what gives me the fewest amount of hiccups where, again, I extrude and all of a sudden I can't punch in the dimension that I need. So giving this a try, again, each of these having their own individual sketch and feature this time around.